And welcome back. Now talking with offensive coordinator Coach Cook. And Coach, before we get started, I'm going to let you talk about the team, the offense, and how things are looking so far.
Well, it's growing pains. First time since I've been here where all three quarterbacks are new. Receivers had a couple guys returning, but most of the production was gone. And then offensively up front, we've had 3 to 4 offensive linemen that's been able to that played a lot for us last year. But the offense takes time. You've got to be able to. I've always said this: you've got to fail to succeed. Now, you don't want to fail multiple days in a row, but a lot of times you got to hit the valley before you ever get to the peak. And with new quarterbacks, especially going against Coach Cannon every day, I tell them all the time, if you can pick this up, the game's going to be slow. Because we've got a lot of returning guys kind of in the box, so you've got to be really right, setting the protections and so forth at quarterback. But it's been fun. That's why I do what I do. Being around, this program, work for Coach Cannon, being able to coach college kids, and I see the light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully we'll have it there before next week when we actually have to step out on the field. A lot of guys have done some good things, and just really looking forward to kind of seeing it all come together because. Everybody knows on offense it takes 11. If 10 are perfect and 1 is just a little wrong, it looks bad. So the kids. One thing I give to them, Coach Cannon stresses, being in shape. So we win the game in the fourth quarter. I've been really pleased, kind of with the total effort they've given us. We've just got to clean up some minimum mistakes.
Gotcha. Now we talked about that. Not a lot of returners, so without giving a whole lot away, it kind of gives you a clean slate. To build your offense around the talent you've got. So sort of talk about what fans can expect, again, not giving anything away, but what fans can expect offensively this season.
Well, I feel really good about our receivers. Every year that, if I've been here and before I got here, we've always had at least one that led, close to leading the state in receptions or yards or in the nation. But as a group, I really feel good about those guys. I wish they'd be a little more vocal. But I feel like we've got guys we can really spread the field with, because kind of in the past, every year each offense has a different identity. But at times I've started to run the ball to open up the pass. And then at times the pass has opened up the run. And this year right now, if I had to guess, I would say it's pretty much 50-50. I think I've got the quarterbacks that understand, first, second, third level progressions in routes. But I also feel really good up front that we can run the ball when we need to, and kind of starting out, I want to be able to take what the defense gives us. If they're going to play too high and stay back, let's take it underneath, be able to run the football. But also if they want to press us and walk down, then we've got to answer for that, So probably if right now at the moment, if we had a game tomorrow, I think it'd be right at 50-50 run and pass.
Gotcha. Let's start with the quarterbacks. Talk about those guys and how they're progressing.
Well, like I said, all of them were new, and the way the schedule kind of fell this year, we hadn't practiced. It seems like we practiced a lot, but in reality, we hadn't practiced a lot as far as where we could get, everybody's a T-shirt All-American. Helmets, you don't know until the bullets get to flying and the pads get going. Sam Saxton has done a good job. He's trying to learn an offense. And kind of what I did, I front-loaded the packages this year. In the past, I've kind of given them a little, let them work on it a while, go to the second stage, let them work on it, go to the third stage, and then pull it all back together. And this year, I pretty much put it all at the front just to see exactly what they could handle mentally. He's done a good job. Hunter Jones from Amory's done a good job. To me, all three of them kind of have different skill set. They can all pretty much do the same thing, but they all bring a little different dimension, to the table. And Tylen Carter, a guy that kind of attracted us in high school because he ran the ball a lot. He was a guy that his offense, they asked him to run the ball, and he's probably maybe a little different than the other two, but he can also do the same thing. Because in my mind, the way my mind works, I'm so simple-minded. Whichever one starts, the second guy is 1 play away. The third guy is 2 plays away from determining the fate of our season. So, while we've been practicing, I've tried to take all 3. Okay, what if they go out there the first play? What I know they feel good about, and then I've tried to, as time goes on, incorporate where all 3 can do the basic offense.
Well, you talk about that, then they got to have people that can catch the ball. You got a core of receivers coming back. Of course, we've already talked about Daniels with Coach Cannon earlier. Talk about some of those guys as well.
Yes, sir. The early in camp, I stole this analogy from Coach Cannon. From Coach Fox. He come by, and when you get new quarterbacks, you never really know. You know their personality, but you don't ever really know. We were basically like this. If we were press man on the basketball court, and I'm guarding the point guard, and I steal the ball at half court, the easiest thing to do is go down the court and lay it up. Well, we was pulling up, 30-foot threes. I said, guys, in college, you want to just get the ball out quick, because these D-lines and secondaries are really good in this league. Well, J.J. Russell has done a good job. Chris Howard was here in the spring also, transfer guy. We've had Webb from Oxford, and actually watched the guy we signed. He's kind of a running back slot guy. Those guys can take a 5-yard hitch and go 80. And it took a while for the quarterbacks to kind of see that it's not, you can't make a living in college throwing it down the field. You throw it down the field when defenses bust, but you take underneath. But those guys have really, they got a good attitude every day. And there's a couple more that are coming along that we really need to, because I want to play a lot of plays. And we need at least 6 to be ready for the games. I feel like we've got 5 right now, at receiver.
All right, running backs, that's one spot that you kind of got some experience coming back in, some rough, tough guys there. Talk about your running backs.
Probably been the two that's led the offense the most, Jamal Brooks and R.J. Wilson. Those guys been in the fire. They know what they're about to get into. We've brought in Eric Watts, like I said, from Opelika out of Georgia. And then a couple of younger guys we're trying to give a shot to get in there and mix it up. But really been pleased with those two guys. They understand pass protection. They understand, hey, we may have inside zone called, but immediately we check it to a 6-man max protection, and they don't freeze up on me. They're just the learning curve, because in this league, which I always tell my backs, the first thing is no block, no rock. You got to be able to block, because we liable to want to run the ball, but they're not letting us by the front. We have to check the pass protections and got to keep the quarterback upright. But those two guys probably have been the most vocal on offense, all camp.
And, of course, it all starts with that offensive line. You got to have big, hungry guys that want to get out there and fight for 4 quarters. Just talk about the offensive line.
First one that stands out, Buddy Ballman, guy that never says anything. But when you pop the film on, he's been there. He knows exactly what we're looking for at receiver. At O-line. He understands what he's about to get into. Kadarius Hodges is a guy he's had few things going on. He's missed some camp. But Javonte Woodall, that's played a lot for us at guard, has done probably the most shocking has been him. But the way he attacks practice, like we'll condition sometimes, he starts running with the running backs. I think the light bulb has really come on for him. He's done a really good job. So we've kind of got 3 to 4 that's actually played a lot. And like I always say, if you've got a good offensive line, quarterback, all you got to do is manage the game. If you got a good offensive line, all the backs have to do is hit the hole. So, we got some experience there, because that's usually the biggest adjustment, because once the game starts, out-of-staters are usually on the defensive line in junior college, and in-staters are there. So basically people put their best players on D-line in this league. But I feel really good up front about those guys.
And Coach, before I let you go, I want to open the floor once again, kind of let you just kind of sum things up, get the fans fired up for the season, and just any final thoughts you may have.
Well, hopefully, like Coach Cannon was saying earlier, we get true back to football. This town, the whole state needs football to come back. You think about you get in a routine, you don't understand what it's like not to have it till it's gone. And I feel like we got a chance to have a successful season. I think we've got kids that play the game the right way. I think we've got good, kids in our program, and Thursday nights, come pack the stadium, because I think you'll like what you see. I think you'll see kids. Coach Cannon has put it in their mind over and over and over. We're going to compete for 4 quarters, and that's the thing I've noticed in camp. And come see it, because I think if you come once, you'll want to come back again, because I feel like we've got the guys to play the game the way it's supposed to be played.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time, and good luck this season.
Thank you.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.